Common UAP/UFO shapes observed in Defense Human Dataset. From 1991 to 2022, the most common UAP shapes reported in this USG dataset were spheres, orbs, discs, saucers, ovals, tic-tacs, triangles, boomerang, arrowhead, and irregular volcanic. The triangles, boomerangs, and arrowhead shapes were by far the rarest, and spheres the most common. Variations of morphology within these categories are present, i.e. smooth spheres and spheres with protuberances, saucers without domes and saucers with domes, smooth ovals and ovals with surface structures, jellyfish or floating brains with appendages, and elongated triangles as well as equilateral triangles. Sphere or orb spheres were the most reported shape, with variations ranging from smooth featureless orbs to spheres with visible openings or appendages. These objects' prevalence suggests a possible standard in UAP design or function, capable of high maneuverability and speed. The diversity within the sphere category, spanning from simple, polished appearances to more complex structures with appendages, suggests a broad range of purposes or technologies unique to the platform's mission and/or the originator. Disc or saucer-shaped UAPs, reported with and without domes, were the second most common shape reported. Flat saucers were reported as well, these being disc-like objects without pronounced domes. Traditional biconvex UAPs are also reported in the data. Oval or tic-tac, oval-shaped UPS were infrequently reported within the dataset, and only after approximately 2003, these UAPs either maintained a uniform egg-like symmetry, occasionally tapered into a teardrop shape. Cylinders with convex ends, tic-tacs, fall into this category, and occasionally featured visible protuberances on the top or bottom of the otherwise uniform planform. Triangles were among the rarest UAPs reported in the data. Most of these sightings were equilateral triangles, occasionally with vertical stabilizers visible on the top of the UAP. Elongated, isosceles types were also reported, occasionally with the same vertical stabilizers observed on the equilateral type. Boomerang or arrowhead, boomerangs and the arrowhead-shaped UAPs were also among the rarest reported. The boomerang UAPs exhibited bilateral symmetry, with sweeping wings and a high aspect ratio. Arrowhead UAPs also showed bilateral symmetry, but possessed tapered wings and a low aspect ratio, typically with highly swept leading edges. Irregular or organic, irregularly shaped UAPs, those that defy simple geometric description, were among the rarest reported sightings. Shape-shifting UAPs also appear in the dataset, typically having a spherical or dice-like base form from which irregular geometries are seen to project. Floating brain or jellyfish UAPs are present as well, characterized by a central mass from which multiple arms or spars hang downward. Finally, combined shapes were also observed, including cubes within spheres, ringed saucers, and various rectangular and cuboid forms. Common observable behaviors and characteristics of UAP/UFO shapes observed in Defense Human Dataset. Table 1. Sphere Lobe. Observable. Details. Size. Sizes range from small objects to those several meters in diameter. Speed. Capable of stationary hovering to rapid acceleration, speeds surpassing conventional aircraft have been noted. Signatures. Often lack conventional signatures such as heat trails, electromagnetic effects on military electronics reported. Colors. Varied, with grey and metallic, greyish-blue, whitey-white yellow, and red or orange-red being prevalent. Surface details. Ranges from completely smooth and reflective to having visible protuberances, appendages, concavities, and openings. Behaviors. High maneuverability, including abrupt direction changes and the ability to hover. Often observed to fly in complex geometrical formations and to operate in tandem. Atmospheric phenomena. Occasional disturbances in cloud formations and a heatwave contrails have been reported. Biological effects. Close observers reported feelings of unease and of electronic device malfunctions. Table 2. Disc saucer. Observable. Details. Size. Generally, range from a few meters to over 20 meters in diameter. Speed. Exhibits capabilities for both hovering and high-speed flight, often making sudden sprints. Signatures. Radar detection varies, visual sightings more common. Some reports include a humming sound. Colors. Metallic silver or gray is common, though some have been reported as emitting light or changing color. Surface details. Variations include smooth, featureless surfaces to those with visible domes or segmented panels. Behaviors. Sudden vertical ascents, hovering, and silent operation. Some reports indicate the ability to become invisible or blend into the sky. Unique emissions. Instances of electromagnetic interference in nearby devices and vehicles. Atmospheric phenomena. Visual disturbances, such as shimmering air or sudden fog formation. Observable. Details. Behaviors. Demonstrates a wide range of hovias, from controlled maneuvering to erratic patterns of movement. Shape-shifting abilities have been reported. Biological effects. Observations include physical sensations of warmth or cold, unexplained smells, CG, ozone, and psychological distress. Unique emissions. The floating brain or jellyfish UAPs occasionally exhibit patterned luminescence or fluctuating lights colors, typically only visible in the higher end of the electromagnetic spectrum. Atmospheric phenomena. Sudden temperature drops, and the appearance of clouds have been reported. Examples of Defense Human reports on UAP. Close encounter by CVN flight deck personnel. While on active duty in the Pacific, flight deck personnel working night duty experienced a close encounter with a spherical UAP of medium-large size. On-duty flight deck crew observed a small orange-red sphere maneuvering at high altitude above the CVN. Shortly after first observation, the UAP rapidly descended from high altitude to a position directly above the flight deck of the CVN, height approximately 100 to 200 yards. The UAP maintained altitude and matched speed with the underway CVN for an uncertain period. Observing personnel reported altered perceptions of time during the close encounter. The UAPs appeared to emit a soft orange-red light which, bizarrely, did not illuminate the ocean or the flight deck of the CVN despite the visual appearance of intense luminosity. The surface of the UAP was observed to be dynamic, roiling like the surface of the sun. The UAP took no reported actions during the encounter, only maintaining a close-in proximity to the CVN. After an uncertain period, the UAP suddenly shot into the air, disappearing at a point high above the CVN. Observing personnel felt as if they were snapped out of a trance and sense of profound unease. The incident report concludes with noting that the CVN had not responded in any way to what was perceived as a hostile interception by the UAP. Metallic orbs intercept F-22 on CONUS air surveillance and control mission, while performing a routine airspace surveillance and control mission in the Eastern Air Defense Sector. An F-22 fighter observed multiple UAP contacts at mission altitude. Moving to intercept, the F-22 pilot noted multiple metallic orbs, slightly smaller than a sedan, hovering in place. Upon vectoring towards the UAPs, a smaller formation of the metallic orbs accelerated at rapid speed towards the F-22, which was unable to establish radar locks on the presumed hostile UAPs. The F-22 broke trajectory and attempted to evade, but was intercepted and boxed in by approximately 3 to 6 UAPs. One UAP maneuvered in proximity, greater than 12 meters, to the area directly starboard of the cockpit. There the UAP established a rigid spatial relationship with the F-22, maintaining its exact position and orientation parallel with the F-22's cockpit despite multiple evasive rolls and maneuvers. Surrounded by the presumed hostile UAPs, the F-22 was forced out of the mission area under the escort of the UAP formation. Separately, additional internal records confirm the claims of Mr. Lou Elizondo regarding AATIP AAWSAP's mission, activities, and findings. Additional documents support the exceptional character and credibility of Mr. Elizondo. These non-public documents include letters of commendation, service award nominations, performance promotion reviews, archived email chains, and AAWSAP program briefings which directly corroborate the public statements of Mr. Elizondo. These records also provide additional insight into the activities of AAWSAP, the evolution of the program's findings, and its interactions with senior DoD leadership. Finally, These records provide insight into highly classified and suppressed areas of scientific research and technology development, derived from the study and exploitation of UAP and NHI technologies. Section 5. Restricted USG Historical Records. G00162-78. This serial number corresponds to an official NSA report published in 1978. The existence and content of this report was verified by accessing the appropriate intelligence archives. The substance of the report concerned scientific research in the Soviet Union on the topics of parapsychology, psi, and biological effects of UAP on human beings. Additionally, the existence of this reporting stream demonstrates that US intelligence was explicitly tasked to collect on foreign entities active in areas often relegated to the fringes of scientific research, including parapsychology and the biological effects of encounters with UAP. The fact that significant intelligence resources were dedicated to understanding and exploiting information related to UAPs and NHIs highlights a strategic commitment to understanding the full scope of UAP, NHI, and TUO. These and other classified accounts provide a rare public glimpse, reveal the contours of a secretive, decades-long competition between major terrestrial powers to collect, exploit, and field novel technologies derived from the study of UAP and NHI. Section 6. Signals Intelligence. A substantial body of sensitive signals intelligence collected from peer and near-peer countries demonstrate foreign awareness of UAP events occurring over their sensitive military and intelligence facilities, including nuclear weapons facilities. Due to the exceptionally sensitive nature of the sources and methods involved, only general conclusions are provided here. Foreign countries are known to have observed UAPs whose signatures and behaviors correlate to those observed by the United States. These UAP events are treated by the security apparatuses of each state as serious national security threats due to UAP in proximity to sensitive military and intelligence facilities. These facilities are most often associated with aerospace defense, strategic deterrence, and military-sponsored scientific research and development. On multiple occasions, each of these nations have attempted to intercept and shoot down UAPs violating their territorial airspace and the airspace over sensitive facilities. Foreign countries have internal organizations dedicated to studying the ambiguous threat posed by UAPs, deducing scientific principles through observing UAP, and the careful management of public perceptions of the UAP issue. Section 7. Sensitive Sources. From Mouth to Ear. 6. Conclusion. The official disclosure of the existence of non-human intelligences, NHIs, and their presence on Earth is a pivotal moment in human history. The nature of this information is of such incomparable relevance to the public good that it demands to be shared. Some may object and say that disclosure at this time poses too many risks. To them it must be said that we will never be able to predict how individuals, families, communities, and nations will react to revelations of such magnitude. Moving forward, we must guard against the lure of authoritarian solutions justified by expediency and appeals to national security. The good in humanity will always triumph through time, and it is in moments of crisis that our capacities for achieving the extraordinary are discovered. Be not afraid. Scientia igna probita, veritas perfidum.